Hi guys, ArchieLuxury Paul Pluta channel. Today doing paid reviews. And this one's a little bit late, but I'm getting this one out there. This here is from Lee from Florida. Dear Archie, I've become a big fan of yours over the last 6 months. I was never a watch collector per se until recently. Many years ago, when I was about 21, I was on a family vacation in Hong Kong and purchased a solid gold Rolex President for about $4,500. My father had one and he encouraged all of his sons to buy one then at a good price. I rarely wore the gold President as I felt it looked like an old man's watch and was too showy for someone my age. In addition, it was the older version that did not have the quick set date, so it was a real pain when you had to manually reset it for days and weeks ahead. Eventually, years later, I traded this watch in for an all-gold Cartier Panther. Ooh, quartz. Panther is quartz. I felt the Cartier was less stodgy, but still all gold and more classy. The Cartier, like the Rolex before it, was maybe worn 10 times in 10 years for mostly black tie events. Now I'm a little older and wiser, and I finally determined that an all-gold watch is not for me. I live in Florida and my lifestyle, more often than not, is casual. I may attend a black tie event once a year at the most. In addition, we have lots of criminals in Florida with lots of handguns. I don't feel safe wearing a gold watch. I just celebrated my 30th wedding anniversary, and my wife and I decided to exchange one big milestone gift to each other. My choice was between a Rolex Kermit and a Hulk, and after much back and forth, I decided on the Kermit. I am super happy with my decision, and now I have a Rolex that I will wear often and love. Sorry for the long email, but my research, Kermit versus Hulk, introduced me to you, and I have enjoyed many of your vids. You are by far the best and most entertaining resource on YouTube. Thank you. I now know all about fuckers, fuckaroonies and shitters. Because of you, I've now decided that I need a small but quality collection, hopefully worthy of horological blessing. Here is where I'm at. Number 1, Rolex Steel Kermit. Yes. Submariner Kermit. Yes. Number 2, I recently traded in my gold Panther for a steel JLC Grand Date Reverso that has an authentic JLC black and brown leather deployant strap for this. That's not too bad. Number 3, a few years ago I purchased an IWC Aquatimer 2000 model IW356801 with a rubber strap. I love the visibility of the black and yellow face. Yellow is my favorite color. And I use this primarily as my weekend watch and my vacation watch. I've sent you $50 and asked your opinion on my current collection and your recommendation on buying one more watch. I would like to keep my collection at a maximum of 4. I currently do not own a chronograph, and I know you speak highly of the Omega Man on the Moon with the 1861 manual wind movement with Halcyon. However, I personally do not see the need for a chronograph feature and think I would find a GMT feature more useful for my needs. What do you think of a used Batman, Pepsi or Coke, or the new Tudor GMT? Perhaps something totally different. I need help. Thanks in advance, and I look forward to the review. Lee from Florida. Well, Lee. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Lee did come back to me. He came back to me and he said, "Thank you, Archie. If possible, please find the email I sent you after this one. I revised this letter. I was fortunate enough to buy a Tudor GMT Pepsi." Wow, I gotta tell you the truth there. I really love this collection, Lee. I love it. I love it. I love it to death. I mean, to have a Rolex Kermit. Oh, I actually, I never really loved the Kermit, but now I adore the Kermit. Huge money for Kermits, unfortunately, but great watch, great watch. The Kermit is fantastic. And then you got a Reverso Grand Date. I mean, my God, the Reverso Grand Date, exactly what watch I have. Beautiful, beautiful. That's much better than a gold Panther, that's for sure. Jesus, that's a Fantastic watch to have. And the Ingy. Well, no, sorry. It's not an Ingy. It's an IWC. It's a Aquatimer. I quite like that. Quite like it indeed. Look, I would agree with you that the Tudor GMT, that's the, I agree. I reckon that's a great way to go because the Tudor is bang per buck. It's bang per buck. I mean, let's face it. If you went for a Rolex, man, to get a Pepsi, a modern new Pepsi, impossible. To get a Batman, oh, it's hard. You're paying above retail. The older ones there, very collectible. Maybe an Explorer 2 you could do, but I reckon the Tudor Pepsi, what a great collection. So you've got Rolex Submariner Kermit. You've got a Reverso Grande. JLC Reverso Grande, beautiful watch. You've got an IWC Aquatimer, and now you got a Tudor. Absolutely love it, man. You've got a really nice collection. The most important thing is it's usable and you are using the pieces, because there's nothing worse than people who don't. They don't get enjoyment out of their collection. Do I think you need a chronograph? Look, it's interesting. You know, I understand exactly what you're saying. I would say, look, I would seriously say that I think chronographs, you know, I never used to really get chronographs either. Years ago, we're talking late 90s, I had a President, 18238, I had a two-tone date just, I had a Submariner with date steel. It's like your Kermit, except it had the black bezel. And I had an Explorer 2. So that was my four-piece meal deal hunger buster. And then it was only until 2001 when I first saw a Breguet Type 20. This very model on a bracelet. And I thought, wow. That is the watch that got me into chronographs. This is the watch. This is the one. The one that got me in. This is the one. So I'm going to show you this here. So I was trying to mesmerize you. Look, I never got chronographs. So many people loved them, but I was late to it. And I was a Cartier fan too. Yes, I very definitely. But then once I got the bug, oh man, I got a Speedy. That was Speedmaster, Omega Speedmaster, man on the moon. Beautiful watch. Loved my Speedy. And then now I can't get enough chronographs. That in my collection, I've got 12 watches. Well, 11. 11 paid for. Well, 11 that are in my possession. Let's just say that, okay? 11 watches. And I've got 4 chronographs, 3 divers, 1 GMT, 1 anti-magnetic, Milgauss. I've got the IWC Ingenua. That's the anti-Gauss sort of watch. 1 world timer. And I mean, chronograph is the most popular genre of watch in my collection. So I completely love the chronographs. You don't have to have a chronograph just because, I mean, I like to time things, but I got to be honest with you, the rotating bezel, it's probably more handy. I quite like a chronograph, but that's not to say you have to get that genre. You don't have to always get what I tell you to get. You can think about it, and you know what works for you. Whatever works for you is the. I mean, for a long time I didn't have any divers. No divers. I love a swim. And now I got a Pam. I got a Tudor Black Bay, and I got a Breitling Super Ocean. So you've got to find the watch that does it for you. Some people, it takes a while to find that watch. I mean, I kind of love chronographs. I love them. I love them. They really, I reckon they're amazing. It's like a stopwatch and a wristwatch. You know, it's just such a cool thing. But hey, whatever works for you. Don't be pushed into nothing. You've got a beautiful collection, man. You've got 4 stunners. I think that's fantastic. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. As long as you are happy, that's the most important thing. I'm Paul Pluta. This is the Paul Pluta channel. Remember, guys, like, subscribe, tell your fuckhead friends, and don't forget, $50 US for paid reviews. Thanks, fuckers.